Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this video. Y'all know the issue, and even with no internet connection, currently I still have to produce, and I am doing that. Today's foundation wear test is going to be courtesy of Fenyt Beauty. Thank you so much to Fenyt Beauty for sponsoring today's video. Thank you very much, Fenyt Beauty. And this is the Pro Filter foundation, and I am in the shade 400. Now, the only products that I'm going to be testing this foundation with is these two. This is the Clinical Works retinol serum, and this is the Clean and Clear moisturizer. I will be testing this foundation with these two videos, and on top of that I'll be sharing with you, while I'm doing this foundation test, other foundations that I will be testing out for this session of 2024 to 2025 with just the wear test, using skincare and possibly the need for powder usage with each foundation. After I have applied the foundation we're testing today, in order to get a look at an overall timing of how long the foundation takes to adjust to one's skin. So that's what we're doing with today's video. So thank you very much to Fenyt Beauty for sponsoring. So, can't find my mirror, so I'm going in with one of my lids. Going in with one of the lids from one of my containers. I'm going in with the foundation brush. And then blending that out. And I forgot to put the skincare on, so it's not blending out as seamlessly as I would like it. So that is not the foundation's fault. It's my fault due to the fact that I forgot to put the skincare on my skin in order to allow the foundation to blend as seamlessly as I know that it could. And this is definitely also a different formula. This is absolutely a completely different formula from the other formula that I know in the same foundation line. It is absolutely not the same formula. Formula is very, very different. That formula from the first testers is very smooth in application. This one's very thick and very stiff, and I have to press a little bit hard in order to get the product to move and mesh with my skin. I have to move just a little bit tighter with maneuvering the tool to mesh in and with my skin. So let me just go over the eyes with the foundation, and that is what the foundation looks like. Okay, so I can see a few issues with this formula. The other formula normally sits very, very, very smooth on my skin. Even without skincare, you can't see any patches. With this formula, I need to add another pump in order to get any coverage in areas that are still not picking up from the product. So I still need to go in with another pump of the foundation in order to get the coverage that I like, which is naturally a full coverage look. So now I'm going on top with a second layer of foundation in order to get that full coverage look that I like to get when I wear either a drugstore foundation or a high-end foundation. And usually the other problem that I am seeing persist with this formula is that it's not covering my eyelids. I normally use the foundation to cover my eyelids and it looks as though I've used a contour powder in order to set my eyes. It's not that, it's the foundation itself, and it's also not doing that, and it's also not going in the crease the way that I like it to. So I have to take a tapered brush in order to get it into the crease in order to get a full coverage of the product into the crease of my eye, and that's much better. So this foundation is taking a lot of work in order to guarantee a full coverage. It's taking a lot of work and more product use than I would like personally, per se. So I believe that Fenyt Beauty needs to loosen the formula a little bit in order to make it not so difficult to work with. Because this is taking a whole lot of time and I could have probably been out the door already had I not been filming this portion of the webcast. I probably, more than likely, would naturally be out the door already. So this is taking a lot longer than I personally would like for a foundation application. It usually takes me about 3 minutes to apply when I am not filming. Right now we are in about 7 minutes of application of the actual product. So that's a long time for me personally. I'm usually out the door at 7 minutes par after applying any makeup to my skin. So if I were to be applying a full face to this would take me anywhere from 25 minutes to at least a good 45 minutes to complete the look, which is then also an extra added time to my makeup application routine. However, coverage beyond the time and the extra effort that it takes to apply the product, the coverage is good after the second pump. Coverage is very good. This is what I like in a full coverage foundation. That is what I like. However, I can see that with the shine, I'm going to need to use a setting powder. And so I am going to be using a setting powder to help this foundation push even further into the skin. However, still stay on top of the skin. So some foundations you don't need powder and some you do, and that's due to the thickness or the shine of the actual foundation, in which you would need powder to help the shine to diminish from the skin. Alright, so that is with the help of the powder that has taken away from the dewiness and the shine of the foundation itself. Otherwise, my skin would be looking like an oil slick bath. And I don't want that look for my skin. I want it to look nice and matte, even though my skin is very, very dry. When I'm using a foundation type like this, I like to have a matte look with a dewy undernote to it. I don't want to have it be completely oil slick at all. I don't want no bugs come slipping on my face like we do on the ice when it's winter time, basically. Alright, so that's what I'm trying to avoid, is a bug thinking that my ice is a winter's field of frozen snow. I don't want a bug thinking that at all. So let me go and grab the eyeshadow palette in order to enhance the foundation a little bit more, due to the fact that it is not giving me what I want it to give me naturally. Okay, so going in with this, y'all know this eyeshadow palette. I'm going in with the shade Legacy. And that gives me the effort of what I want my skin to be when I'm wearing. If I wasn't wearing the powder, I'm wearing just the foundation alone. And that's usually the look that I go for when applying just foundation. Very natural, not too over the top, and not too, well, in your face. Alright, so let's go over the other products while we test the set time of the foundation that I will be testing out throughout the 2024 and 2025 year. Let's go over the other products that I will be testing out in order to see if they are ready for full market value sale, or if we need to table that product and retest the formula again. So the first product that we are testing is this from Maybelline Superstay Activewear, the 30-hour foundation. So we're testing that one. We are testing this one, which is the Revlon Color Stay 24-hour long wear makeup foundation for normal to dry skin. I am testing out this one as well from Wet n Wild, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in Dewy in the shade Amber Beige. And I'm also testing this one out from MAC. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15. And as you can see, I've only read that out for literally 30 seconds. And I already need to blend the shine away because the powder is allowing the foundation to eat it. The powder is allowing the foundation to eat the actual powder, which means I'm gonna need once again to add more powder to my skin. And that was only 36 seconds. So I need to add more powder again in order to take away this shine, which is exactly what I don't want them bugs to think is an ice slick patch, kind of like the winter time. I don't want them bugs to be thinking that 36 seconds later. No. So I need to add more powder, or I need to get a much stronger powder that will work with the actual product. And this L'Oreal powder, I'm surprised, usually works with every foundation that I use. So I'm surprised that it's allowing the foundation to eat it in the way that it's eating it away from the actual product. So I'm very, very surprised at that. So already need to set that again in order to take away the shine, and hopefully I don't need to add a third layer that will start to make the foundation and the powder look too cakey. So this foundation from Fenty Beauty, which is a new formula in the Pro Filter Wear line, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work, and it's only, well, it says 17 minutes, but about 36 seconds in real time in. Anyways, let's go over the other foundations that I'm testing to see how this foundation is going to eat the second layer of powder that I've added. So the other foundation that I will be testing and working with this semester is from CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Light Airbrush Finish 24 Hour, and I'm in the shade 862 Natural Tan. So I will be testing that foundation out. I'll also be testing this foundation out from Revlon. This is Revlon Illuminant Skin Caring Foundation with 5% squalene hyaluronic acid, and I'm in the shade 501. And the other foundation that I'll be testing this semester is from Maybelline Superstay, the red line. This is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 362 Truffle, and this claims to be a 24-hour wear. And once again, testing out different formulas in the Maybelline line, which is why I have different shades, because different shades equals different formula of the Maybelline foundation. So it's the same brand, but it's a different shade because it's a different formula. And this is shade 355 Coconut, but it's not the same formula as this at all. You can tell even looking in the packaging that the formula is different and the finish is different from each other. So the formula on both is absolutely not the same. Another product that I've also tested already, but I will be retesting again for L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This was one of my very first foundations ever tested with Neiman Marcus. And once again, this is one that I've repurchased 3 versions of this foundation. And it has been an absolute absolute treat working with Neiman Marcus to test out this L'Oreal brand. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, and I am in the shade 520 Sienna Fiesta. This is about my third or fourth purchase of this foundation through Neiman Marcus, and I'll be testing either a third or fourth formula from this foundation line through Neiman Marcus in this semester. Two more products that I will be testing out. Formula-wise, you've seen these products before, however, testing out different formulas. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Bear With Me Blur Foundation, and I am going to be testing out the new formula in the shade 16 Warm Caramel, and this is the final one that I will be testing out, and this is the Rimmel Kind and Free, and I am in the shade 510. So if you are paying attention, I am between anywhere from shade 300 range to shade almost 600 range, depending on the brand and the formula and the color hue that they have used, depending on the type of foundation that I am wearing with that brand as well. So you can tell that my skin tone ranges very strongly from shade 100 to about shade 600. So you can't tell which foundation I'm wearing on what day unless I tell you, because my skin tone doesn't comply with just one shade. My skin tone complies with at least 600 different shades of foundations that's available on the market. So I can't let someone do a product test for me. I have to do the product test for myself, because my skin tone ranges from shade 1 to shade 600 on the market in skincare products. So I don't know what you're all telling me out there that, oh gee, we can do the foundation testing for you. No. Some of y'all only have 3 shades out there. I have 600 shades. 600 shades that matches my skin tone perfectly. I can't guess someone out there that has only 3 shades to match 600. No, you're testing for a completely different crowd. You're not testing my shade for me. You're testing for an absolutely completely different crowd, because I have a huge quantity of shade ranges in foundation and beauty products out there that work very, very differently for my skin and does something very differently for my skin than what I naturally always want a foundation to do. Anyways, with that being said, 23 minutes into this, and once again, the second layer of L'Oreal powder has been eaten up by the foundation, because all I'm seeing is pure oil slick. 22 minutes in, I've applied 2 sets of setting powder to this foundation, and I'm already seeing oil shine again. So Fenty Beauty, in order for me to be able to do a full complete wear test on this product, I need a much stronger setting powder to go with this oil slick formula, because my usual powder and my usual culprit is not able to do what it usually does when I'm testing out a foundation that needs a powder to help the foundation set. So does it mean that the foundation itself is bad? No. I just won't be able to do that until I have another setting powder from Fenty Beauty or the drugstore that will adhere to this formula from the Pro Filter line. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all, for sure, I can guarantee that, in the next video. With that being said, bye.